Welcome to this lesson. We are dealing with Biology Part 3, 2021. Let's see what's contained inside. As you can see, question 1 says you are provided with a piece of specimen N and the following reagents. Specimen N was a potato. You have been also provided with the following apparatus: 3 test tubes, 10 milliliter measuring cylinder, and a scalpel. Let's see the procedure. Label the test tubes 1, 2, 3. Macerate or chop into tiny pieces half of the specimen N. Place equal amount of macerated specimen into test tube 1 and 2. Cut the remaining half of the specimen into 2 equal pieces. Place one into test tube 3 and reserve the remaining piece. Add about 2 centimeters cubed of dilute hydrochloric acid into test tube 1. Add about 2 centimeters of sodium hydroxide into each of the test tubes 2 and 3. Add about 5 centimeters cubed of hydrogen peroxide into each of the 3 test tubes 1, 2, 3. Observe the amount of the effervescence in each test tube and complete the table. First of all, student should be able to know what is testing. This, when you see hydrogen peroxide, you automatically know that is you are testing for enzyme catalase. Now let's start the procedure again. You are provided with these reagents. When you have labeled the test tubes, to macerate is to cut into small pieces. Place an equal amount of the pieces of specimen into test tube 1 and 2, and then cut the remaining half of the specimen into 2 equal parts. Let's see the content in test tube 1. You have been told add about 2 centimeters cubed of dilute HCl. So content in test tube 1 is HCl plus the macerate specimen N plus the macerate that you cut into small pieces plus macerate of specimen N plus water. What is your observation? First of all, when you see HCl being added to, and you know you are testing for enzyme catalase, the acid denatures the enzyme. So here, amount of effervescence, there was no effervescence, because the enzyme was denatured, or you can write it to effervescence. Both are acceptable. For the explanation, you'll see the acid denatured the action. The acid denatured the action of enzyme. Hence, there was no effervescence. Understood? Let's go to test tube 2. The content, you are told in test tube 2 you add sodium hydroxide into test tube 2 and then hydrogen peroxide plus the macerates. Now the content is sodium hydroxide plus macerates for specimen N plus the hydrogen peroxide. Now when you see now the alkaline, you have said the acid denatures the enzyme action, and now the alkaline, that is suitable for action of an enzyme. Now here you have seen we have hydrogen peroxide and we have the sodium hydroxide. Here there will be more effervescence, and your explanation will be the alkaline medium was the suitable, the alkaline medium was suitable for the action of enzyme, hence there was more effervescence, Yes, let's go to test tube 3 and see. In test tube 3 you are told you add sodium hydroxide and then place one piece of the test tube and reserve the remaining piece. So the remaining that you cut here you are placing in test tube 3. Now the content in test tube 3 is sodium hydroxide plus a cube that you cut in there, cube of specimen N, and hydrogen peroxide. Here your observation will be moderate effervescence. This is because remember that large bodied organisms have less surface area to volume ratio, while small organisms have large surface area to volume ratio. Now that content you should have in your mind in order to answer the explanation here. Now we kept a cube, and in test tube 2 we kept two pieces that we chop. This one have large surface area to volume ratio, while this, because it's big, has small surface area to volume ratio. That's what you need to know. Now your explanation will be less surface area was exposed for enzymatic action. Yeah. In B, you are told use the reagent provided to test for the food substance present for specimen N from A. Observe and record observation in the table. And you are there in this paper, they were provided with iodine solution. So your procedure will be put 2 ml or 2 centimeters cubed of the food substance in a test tube, add 2 drops of iodine solution and shake. That is the procedure. You should specify is 2 drops. Don't say add equal amount. You say add 2 drops. The observation will be a blue black solution, a blue black color was observed. Now automatically the conclusion is starch present. In question 2, you are provided with photographs E, F, K and H together with specimen G, J, L and M. These ones, they were given because they are not here. They were given. Now G, let's see. Use the observable features in the photographs and the specimen provided. Place with a reason each of the following organisms in their respective kingdom, division or phylum. G, it was a plant, therefore, and it was a seed-bearing plant. Therefore, it was from division spermatophyte. A reason you are to write seed because it is seed bearing. E we are provided here. This E, these are the molds. These are the molds and they are from kingdom fungi because they feed on dead organic matter. You can write because they are it was this from kingdom fungi because they are saprophytic, or they feed on dead matters. M we are given, it was also from, it was like a fruit, a leaf of a fruit. This is from division spermatophyta. Reason was because presence of remains of fruits. Presence of remains of fruits or seeds. Yes. Go to H. H, you are being provided. H is here. Now you are asked the phylum. That is from phylum Arthropoda. Reason because has exoskeleton. Go to B. State 2 features in the following organisms that make them to be placed in different classes. F and K. F and K are given here. F, is this a human being? And this is a crocodile. Now this is from class Mammalia. This from class Reptilia. Should be able to know the characteristics of both classes in order to answer this question. F, you will say F has fur or this body, the body of specimen F has, or excuse, we'll say body of specimen F is covered with hair, is covered with hair, while body of specimen K is covered with scales, is covered with scales. Now J and M, they were given. This M was maize, leaves of maize, while J, leaves of beans, J, now the characteristics that make them to be classified in their classes is J has broad leaves with network veins, while M has narrow leaves with parallel veins. And now in C, make a label diagram of specimen L. Specimen L was maize. Now you should be able to know how to draw maize. Explain the difference in mode of reproduction exhibited by E and J. E and J, we have seen we are provided with E, but J, they were given. J was flowering plant. Now J was leaves of beans. Now we'll say mode of in E reproduces asexually because it's from kingdom fungi, E, while J reproduces sexually. J produces sexually. Yeah. Now the last question was number 3. You are provided with specimen labeled P on a tile. Specimen P was a fish. You are given a fish, and question A reads, name the class which the specimen belongs. Fish belongs to class species. Roman 2. Give 3 reasons for your answer in A Roman 1 above. Now you can see fish, the body of fish is covered with scales. There is presence of lateral line, presence of gills, also presence of operculum, presence of fins, and etc. Now B, state 3 ways by which the organism is adapted to the movement in its habitat. You should be able to know the movement of fish in water. That's also an essay. Now you can see fish have myotoms. These are muscle blocks. which contract and relax to bring about movement. Yes. Secondly, you can see the scales are pointed backward in order to reduce friction during movement. Then you can see it has an inflexible head to maintain forward thrust. Yeah. C. State two function of the part labeled Q. The part labeled Q was the operculum. The function of the operculum is to protect delicate gills. Protect the delicate gill. Also, it acts as a valve to allow movement or flow of water in one direction. Yes. Now D says carefully lift the part labeled Q and observe the underlying structure. Now I've told you the Q is operculum, and you know that below the operculum is the gills, gill filament, gill racus, gill bar. State the main function of the underlying structure observed. Now you will ask the function of a gill is to offer a surface for gaseous exchange. Roman 2. State three ways by which the structure is adapted to its function. This one, now you say how the gills is adapted to its function. The gill filaments are numerous to increase the surface area for gaseous exchange. Also has gill bar, which is long to hold and support the gill racus and the gill filament. Also the gill racus have teeth-like structures. To protect or to trap foreign particles or substances that may destroy the delicate gill filaments. Now that is what you are required to answer this paper. Thank you.